Welcome, one and all, to a new edition of the High Noon, the live drop. It is February 19th, and it is noon. I hope you are all doing well. Today, we will be drawing three members of the Doom Patrol: Elastigirl, Robot Man, and Negative Man. And it will be all in one picture. So I do hope you will enjoy this. Um, Not sure what else to say except to get on with the show. Hopefully, my sound is good as well. We'll find out as things progress, I guess. So, let's switch to my camera. So, we're going to, since Elastigirl in this can grow, that is what we're going to make her like the biggest character on the map. Might even have her stretched a little. And I have invited people for the panel. We'll see whether anybody shows up. Guess we'll also see whether if anybody shows up for the live. Hey Joshua, how are you today? What is going on with the wonderful Joshua Hughes? Can Elastigirl turn into a blob of goo in the comics? Because she did in the Doom Patrol trailer. Laugh out loud. As far as I know, she's not. She does not do that in the comics. I have not read a lot of the Doom Patrol comics, but as far as I know, she's just a stretchy girl. She can grow tall. And I've seen her stretch her arms, but I don't ever remember her turning into a pile of goo. I don't ever remember her turning into the blob. If you've ever seen that old horror flick, The Blob. Yeah, and the first episode has come out for that too, Joshua. Maybe they changed it for the show. Probably did. for some dumb reason. You would think it would be easier for them to, stretch an arm or. I know her, I think I've seen something where her face does that whole, becomes unpalatable. It becomes like clayfish. I've seen a couple pics of like that from the comics, but I don't know whether it's ever happened to her whole body. I must admit, I have not read a lot of Doom Patrol comics. I just thought with the fact that they were, you know, they just released the first episode last week of the TV series, that it might be. I was thinking of just doing Robot Man, and I figured, I probably have time. I can do all of them in some sort of scene. Especially, I make her, super big. They become super small, and thus not quite as much detail for the other members. So, what are you up to today, Joshua, besides watching me? Oh, hello, Lorenzo. Yes, hail Jesus for sure. Hail Jesus, he's a king. How wonderful he is to us. I'm terrible singing. Oh, like Eduardo, like the famous man once said, that, yeah, that's hot. That's hot. Oh, thank you. I take it you mean my Elastigirl. And welcome to my chat. It's good to see you in here. I'm not sure whether I've seen you before or not. The name seems vaguely familiar. But how are you today, Mr. Edward Eduardo? Eduardo? Sorry if I'm getting your name said wrong. How are you today? How are you? And how are you today, Lorenzo? Take it you enjoyed, and if you have yet to subscribe, it would be nice if you could subscribe, Eduardo. And I'm just gonna say Ed. And I'm going to take out her heels. I hate heels. I do draw them when I need to. But essentially forcing the female body into a 2D form and giving it a miniskirt is classic patriarchal exploration of feminism. I'm just drawing a comic character. I can't help the way that the character was made years and years ago. I am not doing anything but drawing a person. A fictional character at that. And no, it's not even close to that. Because that's no different than... That would be no different than the Hulk then, because the Hulk is bare-chested. Or Hercules, or look at how they draw Superman. So I guess that's prostitution too. You've got no argument, buddy. And we're not here to get philosophical like that, so we're just here to enjoy drawing. And that's it. Yeah, it does. And don't do anything yet. I'll let you know when. He hasn't done anything really nasty, so he's just stating his opinion. The Hawk just... The Hawk. Hulk, not Hawk. Yeah, and if you don't think women like seeing a bare-chested man, Ed, I think you're sadly mistaken. And I don't know whether you've noticed this, Ed, but lots of women dress in skirts in society. This isn't even a mini skirt. Well, might be a mini somewhat. You need to get a real poll of society before you come in making accusations. And then you also need to understand the history of comics. You know, come back to me when you've got an education in reality and talk. Hey, it's the unbreathable skunk girl. Miss Skunk Girl, do you have anything wrong with a woman in a miniskirt in comics? Let this Mr. Justice, social justice warrior, know a thing or two about real women. Yeah, but women, hey, Miss Skunk Girl, do you like looking at, I know you're married, but, um, bare-chested guys, are they nice to look at in comics for you? Like the Hulk or Hercules. I know I know Skunk Girl. This guy just thinks he's all intellectual and he hasn't a leg to stand on. And I should be just kicking him, but then he thinks he'll have then I just have I don't know what. Thinks he can get somewhere with me. He can't make a real rational argument when he's because he doesn't know anything about reality. He hasn't looked out his window in I don't know how many years. He hasn't looked out his window in a day. Since I am a lesbian, man. Yeah, but you're not advocating for women's rights. You only think, well, sorry. It sounded like a guy's name to me. I'm sorry for calling you a guy when you're a woman. But then again, you say, since I am a lesbian man advocating for women's rights. So does that mean you're a transgender man? I'm sorry, but you're just a guy who thinks he's a woman then. You've got some mental disorders. Stuff like that has been proven for the last, I don't know how many years. Take some science. If you were born with a sausage, you are a guy. You cannot be a lesbian. If you were born with a taco, sorry for being a bit crude, you are a woman. This is biology. You cannot escape it. It is science. The real good truth. I'm not afraid of no trans person. Transphobia says to be afraid of trans people. I'm not afraid of them. I'm not afraid of them trying to be a woman or a guy or whatever. I just don't give in to delusions. Ah, Joshua, don't feed them. Oh, be offended. I get offended all the time by stuff. I go on with life. You need to go on with life too. You came into my chat. So, take responsibility for that. And you saw most likely what the title was or the description. So, again, take responsibility for your choices. You came in here. You knew most likely what people were going to believe in here. Live with it. Yes, he's a person. I don't disagree that he is a person. And frankly, you just came in here to stir up trouble. So, hit your dislike, do what you're going to do. I dislike some videos, so I live with it. Now, I will now inform you. Woo! I'm not shaking in my boots. I'm going down. Jeez, I'm a channel with 300 people. Just over 300 people. I have no job. You can't hurt me, buddy. Everybody in my life knows who I am. And the thing is, all you can do. All you can do is get all your people to come in here and give dislikes. But you know what that means? You're also giving me views too. Maybe for like 5 seconds, but it's a view. So thanks for the views. Edward, she, he, and it is a he. Woman Joshua is a he. He's trolling you. You're so out of touch with reality that you can't even get sarcasm. I'm sorry, Josh, but that's just too funny. And I've drawn. Well, have I drawn Neymar bare chested? I draw bare chested guy easy. I'm drawing Elastigirl. I'm drawing the Doom Patrol. Elastigirl, Negative Man, and Robot Man. Guy wanted to get offended over. You know what the funny thing is? That I can use MK and attack helicopter. Nobody gets the hint. No, you think you're an attack helicopter now. And McKay, well, you're spelling okay wrong, or you're from somewhere that I don't know. Whatever. I don't care about misspellings. No. Hey, there's going to be people. If you're just one of us and just trolling, there's going to be people come in like that. You know? Well, I don't know. I've seen a few episodes of South Park, but I've never watched in a regular. You're talking about the arms, John. She's Elastigirl. She stretches. She makes her hands bigger, John. And you're probably just trolling me about that. I'm calm. I am drawing Elastigirl from the Doom Patrol. Yes and no. It was my mom's account. I wasn't doing it to tease Manny. I was just doing it to be in the chat without him knowing it was me. And it wasn't. Some people might consider pretending to be my mom, but I wasn't trying to pretend to be her. Yeah, if you say so. Question is, what problem am I a part of? Yeah. Maybe he wants you to loosen up, Chris. I don't think you're uptight, but one has to laugh off SJWs or they're devalue. True. Well, it was like I was and I wasn't. As far as I was concerned, it's like you want to give me a like, a dislike. You want to give me a bunch of dislikes. I'm not threatened by it. And as I said, you'll just give me more people, more views. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Which robot man am I going to use? Oh, well, I'll live. I got over the whole getting upset over dislikes months ago. Let's see. He did manage to get you to apologize. Had you apologized? Yeah, but I think I took back my apology too in the same breath. If you brought Rick, bend the knee. No, no. I will never bend the knee. My knee only bends for one person. You saw me bend the knee? How? I didn't bend no knee. No. Not my mom do I bend the knee for. She will tell you this. Nope, no Pope Francis.
We bend the knee for one. Jesus.
You heard her. Are Canadian football players bending the knee in protest? I don't think so. But I can't be sure about that, Lorenzo, whether they have or not. I think that's more in the States for the NFL because of the whole Trump nonsense. So
We have one coach slash manager of the Argonauts who will.
Not
Say
that way,
Jesus.
not that way, Mom. They're talking about the whole controversy that went on in the States with
Oh,
No.
Pinball Clemens.
Yeah, we have better football here, Joshua. Also, though some people are unlikely to admit it, I will admit. Because he is not my Lord and Savior. That is only Yeshua. I understand there's police brutality, but bending the knee hasn't magically put an end to it. Yeah. Yeah, they want, but there's the thing. They want to talk about the quote unquote police brutality, but they forget about the brutality on one another that is more common than the police brutality. Well, maybe if somebody depends on what they wanted me to do. You know, somebody was robbing a bank. Said get on the floor or whatever. Yeah, I'd probably do that. I don't really want to die right now. Now, if they said recant Christ, I would hope I would not recant Christ. Not bending the knee to the man, I'm bending the knee to the gun. And I know you're all just giving me a hard time, especially John. Feels he like got to give me a hard time even more than normal. Since his wife bought one of my drawings and just didn't get him to draw it. Hello, Space. How are you? Hello, Abe. Abel. It can if the person behind the gun pulls the trigger. I don't. I just don't think politics belong in the football field, just like they don't belong in comics, except for if it's done in subtle fashions. Yeah, true. Or at least not, again, not in that way. The fact if the player wants to have his beliefs and spout off about his beliefs at another time or in an interview, that's probably fine too. It's just no different than Christians spouting off about their belief, Christian football players spouting off about their beliefs in, interviews or whatever. And I don't mean by saying it that way, I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm just. Well, maybe it's because the bad man has a gun and he's willing to use it. And my life ain't worth a little bit of cash. Where is. I never said anything about Christians. I just said, they can say, you want to say stuff like that, you don't do it in the middle of a football game. Hello, Valnid. Where did I put that? Oh, let's see. Yeah, This Is America. It was founded on a lot of that Jesus stuff. uh, you're like, yeah, exactly. And in that case, a few $1,000,000 is a little bit of cash. Hundreds of millions of dollars is a little bit of cash. So, like I said, my life's not worth that cash. You can have the cash. Just spare my life. I said at that point, it's just a little bit of cash. Yeah, and if I ever got kidnapped, you're right. Nobody I know would have that kind of cash. So kidnapping me would be kind of pointless. They'd never get the money because nobody'd have it to give. Unless a government stepped in. Uh, this channel is so much better than before. Do you guys remember when all we used to see was Rick's face in ultra low definition? The ultimate problem with projecting politics into everything is entertainment is no longer entertaining. Life is stressful enough without boring comic books preaching social justice. True. And watching upside down. It's nobody said I was an invaluable member of society. I'm just not one the government is worth pay out all sorts of money. Just like, most people, unless you're ultra rich, there ain't nobody around necessarily gonna, or friends with some ultra rich guy. There's not usually too many people around that are gonna pay money. Or have a lot of money. Although I wouldn't be able to raise even a few hundred. I'd be lucky to raise 1,000. Unless you kind people would, like chip in. Giving her a little bit longer of hair than most people are probably used to. Okay, we got the last thing John saying is, woman Joshua did shame. Nah. I can admit the truth to my reality. Yeah, yeah, nobody would have enough money to pay your ransom because you tell the kidnappers, no, I'd be telling them the opposite. Why the heaven did you kidnap me? You ain't gonna get no money. Maybe you get $350. Imagine if somebody kidnapped Rick. The ransom would be in Canadian dollars. Yeah. Okay, later, Joshua. Yes, Lorenz. Valned says yes, Lorenzo. People go to entertainment and sports for escapism. Bear. Doom Patrol. Yes. I thought with the fact that the episode aired last week that I would do the Doom Patrol. Why so much Doom in DC? I don't know. Doom Patrol, Legion of Doom. What other Doom is there? Doomsday? At least, two of those things are bad. Legion of Doom and Doomsday. Is there anything else that is Doom? Okay, I know there's the Fatal Five. I do think we have the Legion of Doom because of Super Friends. Otherwise, I don't think we'd have the Legion of Doom. There's Injustice. It's weird. I'm a big Hush fan. Oh, cool. I take it you mean by Hush. Yeah. Although I think people could get him and Negative Man confused. At least just seeing them. especially if they're, not in costume. Well, they both have the wrapping on the face. You know, if Negative Man could easily, and when not powered up or whatever. The cloths are wrapped basically the same. The clothes, well, you're right, they're different, for the most part, but either or could, just change the clothes to look like the other. The cloths are. Hey, JP. Would be the same on the face, or close enough that nobody'd be able to tell the difference. Although Negative Man does have it on the hands too. Oh yeah, but Negative Man has those ties on the back of his bra. Ties on the back. I did not know about that. Yeah, you'd notice, but in the heat of battle, would some superhero or supervillain notice? Unless you're Batman, of course. He hasn't got his gift yet. I gotta send it out. Yeah, I figured that's what you meant. But well, this is an older drawing I'm looking at for Negative Man. The ties look like they'd be about the same. Well, they don't show any how it's tied down. I don't know more moderns. Let's see. I do have a. Like, I'll share my screen here. Like, if this Negative Man was in, not the Doom Patrol outfit, Black Skull sucks. Do you mean Black Mask? Because I'm not sure who Black Skull would be. Okay, yeah, but that's right. You meant Black Mask, as you. Why what? Oh, why won't your brain work properly today? I do not know. Bear. And thanks for coming into the chat. I don't think I've seen you before. If you've yet to subscribe, please subscribe. Next thing I'll call is the executioner, Sparky. Well, it's easy, a little bit easy thing to make with a black mask. Thank you. Because he does have a black skull. You would more consider his name more likely Black Skull than Black Mask, you know. I can see it an easy mistake to make. Although, you know, there's no character out there named Black Skull as far as I know. Yeah, I was thinking of Red Skull and Black Mask at the same time. Yeah. That's what I was half thinking. Red Skull goes with Marvel Scum. And tomorrow, let's see, is it on here? I am going to be drawing an anime character from Armitage 3. I'm not sure. Oh, okay, I guess. Oh, you guys, I forgot to switch off my camera or screen sharing. Neither, I don't play. But yeah, because it was asked Armitage 3. Neither, I don't play with Harvey Dent. Don't play coin flips with Harvey. Yeah. You might get on the wrong end of that flip. Maybe you'd be flipped. It's just, is it just me or has Clayface almost disappeared off the edge of the DC universe? I take it you don't main the game. And last time I knew, I think he died when Batwoman went rogue a few months back. Maybe about a year back, too. I'm not sure. I never read it, but I heard about it. Because he was part of an elite force that, well, I think he went sort of bad again. Bad, but not bad. Think something got messed up in him. He went rogue, and then I think somehow Batwoman killed him. You don't see him much in things like videos and that. Yeah. Videos and stuff. Yeah, well, unfortunately, you have your more popular characters like Joker and all that, so they're always gonna tend to use characters like that. Clayface was what in Arkham City? No, not Arkham City. The second one of the Arkham games. I wish I could kill Solomon Grundy. I wish I could kill Solomon Grundy, but I'm not taking my chances so he can become immune. That's Doomsday that becomes immune after killing him. Not Grundy. You can always kill Grundy the same way. Yeah, that's what I was. I was thinking it was Arkham City, but wasn't completely sure. No, I mean he. No, I mean he will be immune to death. Yeah, but I thought I don't know a lot. I know a little bit about Grundy, but not a lot. I think he's always coming back as he's almost like Doomsday. He always comes back, but you can always kill. You can kill. You can still kill him the same way. Unlike where Doomsday, if you kill him like Superman originally killed him with the blunt force. So he can no longer be killed that way. Where Grundy, you can kill him that way, and he'd come back, but you could still at least take him out again that way. Which Guardian do you mean? Well, I'm not saying he's easy to take out. Yeah, he's definitely a fight, Grundy. But just saying, Doomsday. You do the whole blunt, just beat him into submission, basically. Beat him to death. You can't beat him by beating him to death again. Grundy, on the other hand, you can beat him to death every time. Not saying it's easy, but Grundy beat Doomsday in something. Yeah, probably a video game. Or a weakened down version, maybe, of Doomsday. Or more recently in the comic books or whatever. Ever since New 52 and Rebirth, I'm not sure about anything. For continuity. Yeah, I don't doubt Grundy is strong, but you also got to remember Doomsday is technically Kryptonian. Genetically altered Kryptonian, but Kryptonian. New 52 is so random a little bit. Yeah. Um, Doomsday can actually be stopped permanently, though. Well, if you go by continuity of before New 52, the only way that they stopped Doomsday was to bring him to the end of time. Like how we talk nerd. Yeah, I do too. I know a little bit. I'm not versed on every single fact, but well, ask away. I'll answer if I can. Do you think Orca and King Shark are awesome? Yeah, King Shark is definitely good. Not I know a little bit about Orca, but not a lot. I probably know more about King Shark, but I like killer whale, so Conjuring King is the best film. I know I already read that. Um, Trying to think what. Yeah, he is definitely a joke, but it's nice to have those joke villains. I used to think Gentleman Ghost was one of the coolest villains. He's a Flash villain, if I remember right. Original Flash villain, like Jay Garrick. Again, I don't know a lot about him. I've heard the name of Flash and Batman. I don't know a lot about him. I've heard the name, obviously. Hey, Tyler. Uh, and I've seen him in a whole bunch of different smaller stuff. He fights Batman more. Where's everyone? I'm not sure. What is our count for people watching? Well, we only got 6 watching. We had more than that earlier. Mirror Master's stupid. It's just me. I'm drawing Doom Patrol, basically. Elastigirl, Negative Man, and Robot Man. I'd come on, but my boss has me working. Sorry to hear that. Happy birthday. Yeah, I remember you saying that it was going to be your birthday last night. Mirror Master, stupid. Firefly or Killer Moth. Ooh. I think Firefly is a better villain. Killer Moth is a little stupider. At least, Firefly has, the arson, the flamethrower and all that. I'm not sure. I don't think Killer Moth has much, at least to what I remember, especially before he got upgraded before. I say Firefly. How was I saying it? Um, yeah, what was I going to say? Something about Killer Moth. Before he got upgraded by Necron, Killer Moth is an extremely great pilot. Okay, I did not know that. Unfortunately, there's lots of names out there, and I haven't been reading comics in a while. Well, it's been about a year since I picked up a DC comic, and longer than that for a Marvel. I'm, as you can see, trying to hone my skills with drawing, and I want to get my own comic book out there. Hopefully, sometime this year. I'm hoping May or June. Unfortunately, I probably know more about the major Batman villains or major. Man-Bat is less popular than he used to be. Yeah, I think what got him really popular for a while was Batman the Animated Series. I liked seeing him in that. Hey JP, nothing like Bane's break the bat. Yeah, that was a good story arc. I even liked Azrael in it. And that actually gave Robin, who was Tim Drake at the time, that started giving Robin some clout of his own to be off on his own doing stuff. I think there was some mini series with Robin before that, but he never really had his own comic book before that. Ongoing series, that is. If I'm correct, and I could be wrong, I'll admit that. Easy enough. But they were trying to do major stuff at that time because, it's a wonder that they didn't do anything major with Wonder Woman at that time. They took out the real Superman, they took out the real Batman. It's a wonder that they didn't do anything major with Wonder Woman. Still can't get over when Superman got his ass kicked and his back. Superman? When did Superman get his back broken by? Or did you mean Batman? By Bane. I don't remember that happening for Superman. Maybe that's a story arc I missed. I'm not saying it didn't happen because, like I said, there's lots I've missed over the years. Do you know about when that was? Here, give me a sec. I will. Okay. I can't remember. Okay, let's see whether I can find out. I'm bringing up browser here. I can't see the chat at the moment, so just give me a sec. Race. Super. And okay, it happened in volume 6. Okay, I'd have to read that. I forgot. You forget when you look into. You forgot when you looked into that match. I probably even read the comic, but I forget it because I'm pretty sure I read that comic before. Yeah, I found out when it happened. It was Batman, Superman, number 6. I forget which volume. Wait a sec. I think volume 1. Well, it says volume 6, but I think it means issue 6. I might have that on my computer. Luckily, I'm here to remind you. Yeah, hashtag nerds. Yep. That's us. Us nerd boys. Or nerd people. We're just a bit nerdish. Oh, let's see. Okay, this is going back to 2014. Oh, it's right on the front cover. Oh no, that's people who think Marvel is better belong. Okay, that's Mongol. Unless I'm. Let's see. Page. Okay, obviously I got the wrong one here. Okay, maybe it is volume 6 service. It's just saying volumes. Why is there a character called Pied Piper? In DC, you mean? Who knows? Because I think the character's name. I like communicating with you too. Pipe. Okay, let's see. Did they restart Batman Superman last year? 2013, 16. He was a stupid kid. Yeah. Well, it depends on how you do them too. The whole being able to get somebody to follow you without their. It is. Can't find out what issue it was. It just says. I'll figure it out later. We talk more about villains and heroes. Yeah, because the villains are better. I hate Polka Dot Man. Do you mean the Marvel villain Spot? I think it was Spot. Yeah, there's a lot of stupid names for villains out there. They've only got so much to choose from, right? So they just and I can admit it, I've done it too. You take a name from something and you come up with the best possible idea at the time. Look up DC Polka Dot Man. Okay. Oh, I think I remember him now. Very vaguely. I don't remember anything about him, but I remember seeing him now. White Calendar Man. Who knows? Dollmaker had a good story in comics. Yeah. Like I said, they I've experienced it being creating characters myself that, they want a new villain. They come up with White Kite Man. They got to draw from somewhere, and unfortunately, a lot of times and then it's crazy places. And then you got to remember, probably, I don't know when they appeared, like Polka Dot Man or Calendar Man or Kite Man for sure. But a lot of these guys would have been made up probably during the 40s, 50s, and maybe 60s when they did crazy stuff. What's next? Toddler game. I wouldn't doubt it. If you go back and see some of the comics that they created back then, even just what they did with the heroes was crazy. I'm not sure whether you remember the thing, I think it was in the 90s or early thousands, about Superman Red and Blue. That actually came like from the 50s or 60s. There was a Superman Red and Blue in that. One of those comics. No problem. Well, hopefully you can stop by again. I'm going to be, like I said, drawing anime tomorrow. And Thursday I'll be doing some Marvel characters. And then Friday I will be doing sci-fi or independent characters. So anybody else here who still wants to talk, or should I end the stream for now? Although it's only 1:40. Jeez. Thought it was later. Okay, nobody's saying anything. I don't know who's still here. If anybody's still here, let's see. It says 5 are watching, and I got 3 down votes. Oh well. And I got 9 up votes. And nobody's talking. So I think I will end this for now. And everybody have a great and wondrous day. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share, comment. Check out all the links in the descriptions. If you like the content, think about donating. And just like my Patreon, like if I had a Patreon, we can come up for, depending on how much you donate, we can come up with, incentive program or whatever. So bye for now. God bless and have a wonderful day.